Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mings, and I'm joined here once again by Deejus. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me again, Mangs. Always a pleasure.
Yes, we are going back to Stalingrad. So the concept of this video is fairly simple. Have I learned anything since last time I played? You know, chat frequently makes fun of me saying I never learn from my mistakes, and they are right sometimes. So basically what we're doing here is, if you guys remember last time me and Deejus, we fought 1 versus 1 on Stalingrad, and the caveat was that we were gonna have to play another match in the future. And I was gonna see if I could take some of the feedback that Deejus gave me and see if I could learn something from it, and then we'd fight again, and then we'll compare the two matches and see how I did the second time around. I'm not gonna spoil anything. We're not gonna talk about what happened, but I will say I think I did a little bit better this time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There were a couple of Meng's cardinal sins that we pointed out in the last map. How I moved my infantry, how reckless I was with my infantry. How I used my anti-air. I think those were the three main criticisms. I don't know if you remember any other pointers.
Even splitting your fronts as well was another one.
Yeah.
And then I think lack of unit overlap at some points as well. They weren't properly defended.
Yeah, strong side, weak side, and just I was kind of split out instead of just picking one side to push on. So this time around, we're playing on the same map, in the same positions, but we have swapped the COs around, so that way, last time Deejus played Jake, I played Adder. This time around, Deejus is playing Adder, I'm playing Jake. So at the very least, we can't blame the COs. I think we can both agree that Jake is a little bit stronger than Adder on this map.
Yeah, I would say so for sure. But Jake can't slither around though with the tanks, so there's that.
Yeah, I will say though, it's when you when you played Jake and I played Adder, I was like, wow, your power is so strong. And then on the other, when we turn it around and you play Adder and I play Jake, I'm like, oh god, Adder power is so strong. I wish I god, you get 3 side slips by the time I get my block rock with that. It's just
the slithery one, man.
Yeah, it's just every time I not play Adder, or every time I don't play Adder, I always get so envious of the Adder power, you know. So yeah, we're just gonna get started. So again, I'm in the very same position.
Yeah. I thought you said we're just gonna get sharded. Sorry. We're gonna get sharded. Well, that's a way to start.
I think we've all experienced being sharded at in a game of Advanced Wars every now and then, you know, so yeah. Alright, so first couple days, just infantry. I think we're doing exactly the same thing.
Yeah, we learned our lessons. You did the thing where you didn't go for the base with the other infantry. I mean, the back. So, yeah, basically same stuff.
Yeah, I will say, though, prior to this, we actually played a match where we actually got a draw on day 2. Because Deejus misclicked. So technically, I've scored a draw against you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I didn't go for the base for some reason. Didn't know what I was thinking.
I mean, this game is named How to Not Misclick with Deejus, so it's...
One day.
So yeah, here... looks like we're doing... I'm sending my infantry over to the left. Let's see how you move comparatively.
Yeah, you went for an early recon. So that's what I went for the first game. I went for early recon followed by a tank. I think that's what you're doing right here.
Yes, I'm copying your playstyle, exactly. Because I'm like, okay, if I just do everything Deejus does, surely that can't fail, right?
And another tidbit, in addition to the draw in second game, there was also a third hidden game a month ago.
Right, I completely forgot about that.
But we both forgot about it. And that one I opened APC start, just to switch it up a bit. So this one I was like, I need to find something else new to do this time, because I wanted to keep you on your toes every time. So I used an interesting opening this one. Oh,
your playstyle was very whack this game. I will say, I thought I kind of had your style nailed down. Then you go ahead and do something like this. I mean, you guys will get to see what I mean by this. You just had a very, very strange opener in this game. So, yes, I'm doing the classic... I'm actually going recon infantry tank, I realize here.
Yeah.
I think... Yeah, I got off my recon insanely early. I had the intent of wanting to interrupt your comm tower. So that's...
Yeah, I might have delayed it one turn and got an infantry and then got a recon, just so you have the recon and the tank, streaming together. Because now you're going to have, a little break in between.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not noticing any mistakes with my infantry movement here. I'm not sure if you're seeing anything.
No, they're looking great to me.
Yeah. So
Although, oh no, never mind. You should have gone back to the airport with the infantry.
Yes. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, that's the mistake I made in the very first game. So here, yeah. So I go over the mountains with the infantry where I should have built it here and I'm going here. So yeah, that's already a repeat mistake, a repeat offender.
Yeah, it leaves this space over here. Like you're not gonna get it for quite a while.
So yeah, and here comes the tank. And I built a second recon. I have been taught the value of recons in Fog recently. And I will say, this has actually been a thing that has made me... I'm almost at 1,000 matchmaking rating right now. And I think one of the reasons I'm starting to win a lot more in Fog games is I'm building a lot more recons than I used to. And it's actually helping me a lot.
Oh yeah, intel is huge. Vision, yeah, you can't get enough vision.
It's insane.
I love recons.
They're amazing.
So notice how I haven't built a single vehicle yet. I'm just spamming out infantry.
This
big
is
plans.
This looks like a very very economic opener here until suddenly, bam! Double artillery. This was very unexpected.
Don't forget the T-copter
and a transport copter. This is a risky opening you're doing right here.
I can't claim originality. I took this opening from Go 7. He used it against Sonya the Superior in a match I watched.
Oh.
And I enjoyed it. To say, okay, so I bungled the opening. I looked at it at a glance. I was like, oh, yeah, double artillery. But I messed up the opening. So next turn, I should have taken this property over here a turn earlier to have enough income next turn to build a tank. But I wasn't. I made a stupid mistake, basically. Okay. So it was like I took his opening and kind of bastardized it. So you'll see what the result is.
Okay. All right, so yeah, I'm going for the com tower. I decided to go for the com tower kind of early in my last two matches. You've actually been pretty aggressive on my com tower side. So
yeah.
You've actually, it's not like you delay it. It's not like you've kept it from me the entire match or anything. But usually, I find that there's a recon and an infantry here by the time I get to the com towers. I figured this time around I'll just take it sooner so that you don't get a chance to deny it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm moving my recon instead. I think the old Manx would have moved his recon down here. But this time around, I decided to be a little bit more cautious, move it into the woods. I saw you do this too in one of our matches. So I'm like, yeah this forest is a good place for the recon. Can't get picked up by a tank. And it's able to see, it's not a lot, but at least I'll be able to see when you try to get your com tower.
Yeah, I agree with the move. I think it was a smart move.
Yeah, here comes the tank. Double
you got
tank.
A nice tank stream going, yep.
Yeah, so this time around, this is one of the things I thought a lot about. I think in my first match, what I did was I built a tank here and a tank here. But this time around...
Yeah, exactly. You split them up.
Yeah, I'm focusing the tanks on one side. So here you're moving out with 2 artillery, and you're going for the com tower. So I was very happy when I saw this.
Yeah, so my thing was kind of bonkers. I was just one off the rails because you see, I'm going strong side at the bottom. Yet I'm going to use my T-copter to go to my weak side because I remember the first game you took 20 or so turns to get this one over here.
Yeah.
So I thought I could pull a fast one and get this property, which is hard to reclaim because they're surrounded by shoals and it's a city.
Yeah.
So that was my thought process.
Yeah, interesting, and yeah, you're getting the boosted movement already.
Oh yeah, got some nice boosts.
It's a lot of fun.
And because my opening was messed up, I got another artillery, so I got the triple artillery opening.
3 artillery, so okay. This is a very interesting opener. And
it's supposed to be a tank there, but I had one less funds less funds than needed.
Yeah, so you would rather you would rather build an extra artillery rather than base skip.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, you could punish the hell out of this opener. Of course, I had no idea it was coming, but had I known, could have just gone straight.
Exactly, no one expects it, so that's kind of why.
I mean, artillery are really good on this map. There's some really good artillery positions. I mean, it's on the surface, it's like a very open map, but I always get impressed by how effective artillery can be on this map because there are key forests you can hide it in. When you make those little death balls, having artillery in the center of those death balls are really, really strong.
And it'd be even stronger as Jake, with the whole CO power and super CO power with the +1 range.
So here, it's a gamble. I've been punished multiple times for doing this, but I'm like, okay, let's just see what happens. Worst case scenario is, I mean, here's the reason why I actually feel confident doing this now is I'm up against Adder. If you're up against Jake, and if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Jake tank on planes plus recon can kill your recon pretty reliably, but I think Adder tank plus recon does not kill it reliably. So I felt confident doing this because I'm up against Adder and not Jake this time around. I figured it would be harder for you, because even if this recon goes down to 1 HP, it's still a king, right?
True, yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I don't disagree. And you also have 2 tanks in stream. I remember in another game we had, your tanks split up and they didn't have overlap, but they're still maintaining overlap. So you got that nice stream going. So, and another tank following up as well.
So if a tank comes out on this turn, it's my recon, I'll get a plane. I get a Jake plane tank with a comm tower.
Yeah.
Hitting your tank back. And then if you then send a second tank, I have my second tank to follow it up. So I will win the tank stream. Unless, of course, you have 2 tanks coming up.
Yeah, so from my perspective, this is kind of like the worst case scenario, because I have like nothing except for an artillery and a bunch of infantry over here. I literally have nothing, and then there's a tank and a recon and another tank coming. So it was a bit rough at the beginning, for sure, for my development.
Yeah.
Because artillery take a long time to get where they need to be.
Yeah, they're slow units. But yeah, I saw I remember I saw everything with my recon here, and you're just boosting your infantry despite my recon vision. You know, you just...
Yeah, I was like, I can cap everything, and maybe the recon can only stop 1 at a time. I was like,
yeah.
You know, I've already committed to the T-copter.
Yeah, I remember just being like, okay, he's going a transport early on. I did not expect that, but yeah, even less so, I'm not expecting what's going on down here. This is just madness right here. So, day 9 rolls in, and I decide to just finish the infantry because I have my tank here, and I even have a second tank coming in. So, feeling pretty confident about this. You know, I have a big infantry presence in the north here. I don't see a single unit down south. For all I know, you have your strong side up north. So
yeah, you're probably wondering what's going on right now.
Like, I did. I was like, where's his units? You know. But I have 2 tanks here, 1 hidden in the forest. So whatever you bring up here, I was fully expecting to just see like 2 tanks come out of the fog here.
I like the anti-air too. That's a good move.
Yeah, I've been punished a lot for not building anti-air. This has been a recurring trend in many of my matches. The anti-air is an important unit. And yeah, you're moving in here with your artillery, your recon, following, and you're splitting your tanks here. Or no, you're sending them both up to the north.
Yeah, I basically, my MO for this match, I want to throw you off guard. I want to do some weird stuff. Basically, that was
it worked.
The whole thing. Yeah, and so you're typically not, this is artillery over here, you're supposed to keep it hidden over here, but I saw the infantry cap. I didn't think you had a recon there, so I was like, I'll let you capture it, but I want to kill it next turn with this plus an infantry. So that was my plan. It was a little too aggressive. You don't want to get too aggressive with the artillery. Yeah. But I basically was like, you know, balls to the wall. I just want to like do some weird stuff.
Yeah, you did. And yeah, you're going for the city over here, and at least now you're compensating with tanks to offset your
yeah.
So yeah, I see the artillery air, and I'm like, yay, a freebie, you know, nice. And then I'm like, what? I just remember going like, what the hell is going on here? Recon 2 artillery? What? So at this point, I'm like, okay, he's pushing his strong side down south, and I have my strong side up north. This is going to be very interesting. So yeah, and I build an artillery of my own. I realize I can't just like, you know, I know strong side, weak side is a thing, but I can't just completely neglect this side. So I'm figuring like if I can get an artillery down there, might be able to prevent you from at least. At this point, I'm kind of like, I know that you will probably take this property, and you might even take these 2 from me. But I can try and slow you down a little bit with an artillery at the very least.
Yeah, I agree with that. And like, it's going to be a field day for your tanks up here. For my infantry, it's kind of the worst case scenario. So those are kind of Mang's infantry at this moment. They're just kind of like no backup, no nothing, just like on their own. Like we're going in, parachuting into like a shoal and just about to die. Like,
yeah, they're paratroopers. So yeah, I take another shot with my recon here, and you know I feel pretty confident doing this because I see 2 artillery and a recon down here. Of course, I know there's a tank coming, but I have 3 tanks, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just take a shot at the infantry, you know, take some free shots. It's gonna be all right. There we go.
Okay.
So, and build a battlecopter. you know, because battlecopters are good on this map. There was a certain
Yeah.
battlecopter that raked in, what, like 32k worth value?
Yeah, man, the veterans never forget.
The Deejus battlecopter. He was a hero. So
So
here,
I managed to sneak in these two properties, thankfully. I wasn't sure this one would actually cap, because, I mean, he's going to get overrun soon, but I still didn't think I would cap it there. So I was a little relieved when I was able to cap it, but I was a little panicked at this point, to be perfectly honest. I was like, okay, I
was feeling really good now about, like, at this point. I was like, man, can I take a game against this guy? Like, I've discovered his artillery. I don't see any tanks. Like, what is he doing? I was feeling very confident.
I don't have a comm tower either. Like, my artillery doesn't even usually would knock it down to 1 or maybe even kill it. But yeah, just knocked it 2, and I was like, I can't even finish this off with an infantry reliably.
Yeah, if this was a Jake artillery with a comm tower, you would have one-shot it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, the T-copter goes back. You're setting it up. Here comes the medium tank. Pretty smart. I mean, you know I have 2 tanks, so I'm probably a third. So a medium tank is a great choice there.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, there's got to be so many of those little things.
And yeah, here you're pushing me pretty hard down south, moving in. I mean, this is classic, like, opposite strong sides, so... But you are sending some forces to the north, 2 tanks.
Yeah, slowly moving my artillery. I wasn't sure you might take the bait and attack these tanks over here, so I put the artillery protecting them. I also have this tank over here. I'm getting dangerously close to a power, too. So I'm keeping that in mind, that these tanks and this medium tank will be able to probably reach if there is a battle over here. And keep in mind, if you are over here, you're overextending. You're on my side of the map.
Yeah.
So it is much quicker for me to get over here than it is for you to get all the way over there. Even if it is your strong side already, it will be easier for me to reinforce.
Yes, absolutely. And sensing this, I do decide to pull back. So
yeah, that was a good move. Kill off the really vulnerable infantry.
Yeah, I think maybe, like, the Mangs of old would probably just go, like, balls to the walls, charge in here, and just, like, attack, you know, Olaf style. No, I don't.
The Mangs of old would take this infantry down here, and he would cap this right there. 2 artillery? What?
It's a free city. It's just
free real estate.
It's free real estate. But yeah, so here I'm moving my artillery just outside of range of your recon. Don't want you to see it. Following it up with a battlecopter. This is just like a fine balance of, like, just building enough to try and deter you here while also, like, keeping my momentum going to the north here.
Yeah.
So, but I'm also, again, just building a lot of recons.
Yeah, you're loving the recons this match, man.
They're so integral. Like no recons, no game. Like, and I'm also building a second battlecopter here because you actually don't have any anti-air on the map yet. So
yeah, so the consequence of me building a medium tank to counter those tanks is I normally would have built an anti-air by now. So to compensate, I had to build a medium tank. So that kind of put me back, unfortunately. So although it seems like, oh, it's a good move, but it also sets me back in another regard. So there's always trade-offs.
Yeah. So, like, looking at this opener right now, like, I'm in a very good position right now.
Yeah, you're ahead on the caps, or somewhat, or either we're ahead or even on caps, and you have the comm tower. So
yeah,
it's looking a little rough.
So you're taking a shot. You do have those artillery, though, and they can be very good if utilized correctly. And here, you're going for the comm tower. You're moving your tanks into position. Cap in, taking a shot with the recon. And yeah.
Yeah, now I'm moving my artillery ball over.
So now you're
hoping to sneak in a comm.
So yeah, now you're applying pressure to my comm tower. So I need to do something now, or else I risk you having 2 comm towers, which is not a good position to be in.
And I finally built an anti-air. I still haven't seen your copter, but I'm like, oh shit, I need to catch up. Like,
yeah,
I'm way behind on that.
It's day 11. I've seen battlecopters sooner than this appear on Stalingrad, so.
Yeah, I try to build my anti-air by like turn 9 or turn 8 or 9, but yeah, this time pretty hard.
And yeah, just going in with an interrupt on this one, pretty solid.
Yeah, probably not the best move because I'm going to lose it. When I see all those tanks and stuff, I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So my turn rolls in. I send in the recon to get some scouting vision, and here I'm kind of just like setting up. I do the same thing as you do actually here.
Yeah, suicidal infantry.
Yeah, just to delay the cap, and I'm Jake on planes with comm tower, so I'm gonna do a little bit of extra damage. I figure it can't hurt. Get another plane boosted infantry right there. Pretty nice. I figure, you know, I can't just let you have the com tower. I have to move in at some point. And I've already placed my infantry in range of your artillery, so I might as well put another one in range.
Yeah, just overwhelming my side.
This is why I built the artillery. Just a strong position for it. Like this forest tile here, it covers the com tower. So,
yeah, it's just completely shut down at this point.
So yeah, so I'm completely okay with the fact that you're probably gonna get this, and you might even take these two properties. But the only thing I'm doing right now is just I need to prevent you from taking the com tower.
Yeah, there's no chance I can take the com tower, and this battlecopter is extremely scary since I have my anti-airs all the way over there.
Yeah, I did not know at this point. I was like, this is Deejus, man. Of course he has an anti-air here. Like I was.
You think?
I was very scared because I was like, he's gonna have the anti-air ready. Little did I know that this battlecopter could have like, he could just have a battlecopter party right here now. Like, could invite his friend, go over. Nothing you have can touch this guy. So, should have just gone balls to the walls. Of course, if I'd seen your medium tank, I probably would have maybe guessed that. But I don't see your medium tank yet. So
see, that's why recons are so great because you get to see so much. And I haven't even seen your B copters yet.
Nope. So here I come in with the second artillery. I figured they're going to be pretty good at defending here. Especially, I think also one of the reasons why I'm confident building a second artillery is because I know you have two. So I'm like, you're probably not going to have that many tanks, and that's true. You actually don't have it. You have one tank on the way here. This is an attack.
I have some hidden tanks. Don't forget my side slippery.
Ah, yes.
I can slide over here with these tanks over here. That's actually was my plan. You'll see next turn. I was planning to like hit you from the side, but then I saw the B copter and I was like, oh.
Yeah. So here I just move in with my recon. I just decide to clean up your infantry. I don't feel confident like just heading headlong into this meat grinder right here.
Yeah, that's smart.
Do a little join cap here because I really want to get this property from you. Not sure if that's a good move or not. I just kind of I knew you might send a tank up here to interrupt it. Maybe I kind of hoped you would because
that'd be the meat grinder. Yeah, there's no chance.
Yeah. So and
oh lord.
So
turn 12 Neotank.
Yeah, so I had the money for it, so I was like, why not? I expected you would build a medium tank, actually. So my hope was that if I get the Neotank over here, you attack with your medium tank. I was going to try to bait your medium tank into attacking one of my tanks and then, like, smash into it with the Neotank. Which is what I believe happened. So but you'll see.
Alert.
Yeah, you'll see what happens. So yeah, your turn rolls in. You pick up my infantry. You get your com tower. I could have interrupted your com tower, but I chose not to.
Yeah, you didn't know where my stuff was. I don't think your recon had vision of like that I had a artillery or something over here. I could have had a whole ball of infantry and tanks and artillery. So I don't disagree with that. And then I moved over here. I should have moved my recon first because I was doing all these infantry battles. And I thought all you had was artillery and 2 recons. And then I see the tank and the battlecopter. I'm like, oh shit, I need to get the hell out of here, like right now. Because I went in here to get vision, and then I hit you with this tank over here and like overwhelm you.
Right.
But once I saw the B copter, I was like, abort, like no chance.
Yeah, because this is another reason why recons can be great. Like they're so cheap, you can afford to like smash one of them into my ranks just to. I mean, you're sacking 4K here basically to just get intel on my army, which I think is worth it. You know, like
definitely.
If you didn't do this, you might have attacked with your tank and lost everything.
Exactly.
So. But you are, and here this is a pretty good move right here because you have all your. When I saw you attack here, I was like, wow, Deejus getting a little cockier. But of course, you had plenty of backup here. So, but yeah, you are, and here you actually pop your side slip mid-turn.
Yeah, you know, I like side slips. Get it when you can. Mostly for reinforcement purposes. I was like, anti-air, like run, like you need to get over to the copter, like. Get to the chopper! Like, you know, I had to get all the way over there.
Yeah, because I was when you popped it, I'm usually used to like other players popping their side slip when they want to attack. So when I saw you pop side slip for the purposes of just moving your units, I kind of like breathed a sigh of relief because I was like, wow, okay, cool. I thought you were gonna like attack it. I thought you had more units waiting in the woods that you were gonna like smash into me with like tanks and anti-air. So, but I mean, this is a good side slip's good.
Just like a utilitarian kind of turn, you know.
There we go. You take up my infantry, doing a little bit of capping yourself here.
Yeah, the side slip allowed me to cap it. I was a little out of range. And now I'm feeling pretty good. Now I have a little mini death ball over here.
With a medium tank backing it up, so it's gonna be hard for me to attack into this. I mean, the Neo tank's not gonna be in position for another 2 turns.
It's pretty well covered. Like, wherever the artillery is not covering this tank, it's covered by this copter over here. So even if you attack from the forest, I got the copter coverage, and then, of course, you got these other tanks. Yeah. I have pretty decent intel on your units. And since I saw so much over here as well, I was like, okay, he probably had this and cut it off, and then started putting it on this side. So I figured it was time to strike at that point.
Yeah, because now you're sort of like slowly transitioning over. Like, this is becoming your strong side. And you're just,
pretty much.
This is like the matchups are tilting. I'm kind of spread 50-50. You used to have your strong side down here. Now you're slowly moving your strong side over here instead.
Yeah, I saw the copter and front switched basically.
So unless I'm doing the same now, it's going to be tough for me. So, but I am moving in with the Neo tank. The recon interrupts. I start capping this city. I didn't know there was a recon here. And I'm just kind of preparing my tanks. I can't attack into that. I'm just patiently waiting for my Neo tank to arrive here. And take out your recon, because why not? And just guard my comm tower. I don't know if
you're still playing pretty defensive, which I don't disagree completely with.
I mean, I am 100% convinced that there's an anti-air right here. Like, I'm just like, of course he has an anti-air. I mean, he just made a video talking about it, you know? Like, he wouldn't make a video talking about how
idiot wouldn't build an anti-air for turn 11.
Yeah, right? It was like, of course he has an anti-air, you know? You just uploaded a video talking about how you need to keep your anti-air in the back, and so now, like, of course he's gonna follow his own rules, you know? And yeah, bomber. At this point, this was kind of just mostly a gamble on my end. You know, I'm just like, yeah, could maybe do some damage. You know, bomber, high risk, high reward unit.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun, so it's not that bad. You get 27k a turn, so.
And if you just have one anti-air and I see it, I can smash it. Jake Bomber on planes, pretty sure they one-shot anti-air.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So if you don't have a second anti-air, then you can take your opponent pretty hard by surprise there.
And notice how you have the income lead right now, and it's going to grow even bigger. So you have a 2k, soon to be 3k income lead once you get that corner property over there. So I was like, it's make or break time, because I noticed that you have these top three, whereas I only have these two, and you have this property over there. So I was sweating a little bit, and then I didn't have this neutral property over here like you did on the opposite side. So I was a little concerned. I was like, I need to start making moves. I need to start capping stuff.
Yeah, just as you said in your video, when you have the income lead, you don't have to, like, you can take it easy. You can let your opponent come to you. So, yeah, you go for my recon here, start capping. Starting to get a pretty good position there. Oh, even moving in with your tank here. I mean, you have the medium tank to back it up, so I understand why you're feeling confident doing this. Oh, this was a very risky move right here.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to position exactly here and here because it's in a forest, so you'd have to do that. It is kind of risky. I saw this tank, so I know it didn't have vision. I saw an anti-air slither over here, so I didn't think there was a tank in this forest. So I figured I could slide it in there without you knowing.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I didn't see it, so. And this Neo tank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's not even, I mean, with the Jake superpower it would reach, but not even with an adder side slip would my Neo tank actually reach there. So, yeah, you're moving in. You're sending 2 tanks to your weak side now. I am moving in for an attack here. So,
yeah.
I guess we're kind of like, now it's kind of almost transitioned back to like a 50-50 almost.
Yeah, it sort of is. And then I build a bomber too. I think we both just had the same train of thoughts, like, we need to bomb things.
I'm a bomber, always a solid option. So day 14 rolls in here, and my Neo tank moves in, gets a free shot on the tank. Of course, I reveal my Neo tank. And also, I didn't realize, but I'm actually in range of your artillery here.
So, fun fact. I actually didn't realize that Neo tank was there and killed the tank. I think I like skipped over it in the replay or something.
Really?
I was not aware of it. Yeah, I didn't know there was a Neo tank there. It was just I anticipated with the bomber that you're gonna have something to counter my medium tank, but I didn't see it at this point.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's just like an overlook. I just didn't notice it for some reason.
Yeah, get a good shot here. My tank versus your tank. I don't know about the artillery at all at this point, so yeah, I'm taking.
Yeah, successfully infiltrated.
Yeah, I took down your recon. I was not sure if I should take out your recon or if I should finish your tank here. I figured maybe taking away
I like the recon.
Yeah, taking away some vision, I thought that might be good.
I agree.
So, and gets a shot on your capping infantry, and I'm moving in with a bomber to follow up the attack as well. I don't imagine I'll be able to take out this medium tank with this neo tank, but the bomber might be able to do it.
And I like how you kept your anti-air back, even though I'm going to cap this property. That's like some Mang's patience was shining through for this match.
Yeah, no, this was I had this like fresh in my mind, like don't reveal your anti-air, don't reveal your anti-air. I really wanted to attack your infantry, I really did. But I knew that a tank would take down my anti-air in that regard, and if there are 2 battlecopters here, and you take out my anti-air, you know, this entire attack will fail.
Exactly, yeah, it's not worth the 1k from the capping the property, you know.
So I'm seeing a lot of units up here, which is why I feel confident to slowly move down towards you, and I'm just making a little death ball here with my infantry. I'm not up against Jake, who gets extra firepower on planes. I'm just up against the 10% adder, so I'm feeling confident you won't be able to wall break my infantry. Although you certainly could with your anti-air if you wanted to. You could wall break this infantry on the road here. Do adder... I don't actually remember. Do adder... anti-air with
on planes they do 1 hit.
They do, yeah, 104.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. So yeah, this wasn't as effective a wall as I thought it was.
Yeah, but if I use my anti-air, then I can't attack the battlecopters, so it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, and you still only have a single anti-air. You haven't even built any additional anti-air because you built a bomber.
Yeah, I just built a copter instead because this is like a soft counter.
So your turn rolls in, and here comes the side slip. And at this point, I was like, okay, he's gonna go for it now. So the bomber comes in. You know, that extra 1 move allows it to, now it's, as long as your medium tank just moves 1 space down, it's going to be covered by the bomber now. But yeah, no, you're actually, like, retreating on the right side.
Oh yeah, that was a full retreat at this point. I was like, I have 2 artillery, a bunch of weakened infantry, and, like, a bunch of random crap.
And now I'm the one not paying attention on enemy face, because here I should have seen your artillery, but I still didn't, I thought, no, I have an infantry here. This is the only place it could have shot from. So, I didn't realize...
We both had some gaffes, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I did not realize that there was an artillery here. Not at all. I thought maybe... No, yeah, if I paid attention, I should have known. Here comes the battlecopter. You get a shot on my tank with your medium tank. Take up my tank with your infantry. And yeah, you're just kind of retreating on this side.
Completely, yeah, I was like, I hope Mangs overextends so I can rebound from this, because it's not looking pretty down there.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get your superpower, and you're going to have +1 range.
Yes, so now comes the superpower, and yeah, I think this is the important turn of the match right here. This is the turn that decided the whole matchup, I think. So I pop Block Rock, and I move my infantry down to scout to see what I can see. Get a good shot on your infantry there on the plains. I move my recon back to get some vision. And I get a shot on your battlecopter. I felt really good about this. Of course, I didn't know there was a bomber there. And yeah, I get another, not a plane. I would have wanted it to be a planes shot, because that would have one-shot it. But I'm still pretty happy about the neo tank versus the medium tank. Of course, I don't know.
Great, yeah.
But of course, you see what's coming. But I felt really good about this turn. I do have a bomber of my own, though. But in this case, I almost wish it was a fighter. So here... do a little Mangs cap.
Pretty ambitious. Yeah, that's a little ambitious. That's what I was hoping for you to do. So yeah, actually, to be honest, I was happy that you popped your superpower before your artillery in position, because they won't be able to shoot this turn.
Yeah.
If you had waited 1 more turn and like put them over here and they like were in range, that would have been devastating.
I should have waited. This patience would have benefited me. This is what I'm seeing now. But not only that, but I make a huge error here. So this move doesn't really make a lot of sense. But one of the reasons why I did this was I had planned to actually attack you here. I forgot that I don't get extra movement on my battlecopters. For some reason in my head, I thought that I would get the movement boost on my battlecopter. So my plan was to get the second battlecopter here, kill tank, move in with this tank, and kill the artillery.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So that was, and then I was gonna follow it up with my artillery on planes to try and see if I could punish your counterattack, but I messed up. So I'm like, okay, I moved in with my battlecopter. It's gonna get killed anyway, so I might as well move in with the second battlecopter. And here, I tried to wall break your infantry. So I don't really know why. I'm guessing I should attack now. And then I move in.
Yeah, you were kind of like committed, and you're like, all right, might as well just go for it. Like, the wheels are coming off the car, but you're still putting like floor in the gas kind of deal.
Yeah, and I still don't see all the units you have here. So, you know, I don't see that you have a tank hidden here. I don't see that you have a recon here.
Yeah, some guerrilla warfare shit. I'm waiting for you to fall in the trap.
I thought maybe you just had a skeleton force remaining here. Maybe I could go in, but yeah. So your turn comes in. Boom goes the battlecopter. Boom goes my anti-air. And this was the devastating blow right here. Bomber. Oh, I was so mad when I saw this. I was like, oh god, he built a bomber. It's the kind of shit I would do. Why did he do it? So yeah, that was pretty devastating. Losing a Neo-Tank there. You get a shot on my battlecopter with your battlecopter. Pop side slip mid-turn.
Yeah, do another mid-turn side slip. I just like reinforcements. You know,
it's nice. So you get 3 side slips by the time I get 1 superpower. So
it's also defense for the next turn. So I'll have
yep.
10% more defense.
Yep. Comes in with a recon right here, and yeah, no, you have a pretty good defense against my attack here. This attack's not gonna. You get a good luck roll on your tank there too, taking down my battlecopter. And followed up with a medium tank and a anti-air.
Yeah, I was like, okay, now I have 3 anti-air. I kind of pulled the mangs here as well. It's like I overcompensated the anti-air. It worked out because you have 2 bombers.
I have 2 bombers, but
I didn't even see them yet, so no. it worked out in my favor in the end. But
so yeah, I get 2 good shots on my artillery here, which is nice. I move my infantry down here, hoping there maybe you won't have anything here, and I could just like take these properties away from me, but you have 2 infantry waiting for me.
They've been chilling there for a while, too. I love putting my infantry in this little forest over here, or this forest over here, and just, like, waiting till, like, everyone's fighting over there and just sneak that property.
Yeah, no, it's gonna happen, too. I mean, it's a smart move. And yeah, I have 2 bombers, but I'm very, like, I don't see any good targets for them. Ideally, you want to save the bomber for when a medium or neo-tank rolls out. Like, I don't...
Oh, yeah, you don't want to reveal it early.
No, so I'm just sitting on my 2 bombers here, being kind of, like, angry that there's not anything good for them to attack here. So... Pulling back again, I had no idea. I had no idea. I didn't know. I had no idea. Yeah. I had absolutely no clue that this. Oh, actually, no. Now I see it. So, yeah. So, sorry. Thanks, Advanced Spyweb, for skipping an entire turn back. That's exactly what I wanted. So yeah, I moved. I moved. I have no idea that there's an artillery in the forest there. Of course, I end up seeing it at the end of my turn, I think, and I don't even know what I'm doing here. But
yeah, you're really overextending now. Now you're like well into my backyard. So I was happy when you came this far in.
Yeah, at this point, I think I should have just pulled back with everything. Abort the attack.
Yeah, you still had the income lead. You had 1k income lead throughout.
Yeah, and not a too bad discrepancy in value. Of course, you haven't bought units yet, but yeah, now I finally see the artillery, and I'm baffled. It's been there the whole time, and I'm like, really, I didn't notice. It's like a guerrilla artillery right there behind enemy lines. So yeah, your turn rolls in. You have 3 infantry in position to stop my capping. So
I thought I had it, man. I didn't know you had these units over here. I was like, I got it.
Yeah. I'm very happy I built that recon. Again, recons are amazing. But yeah, here it comes. My entire front line is just stretched too thin at this point. Like
I don't field day at this point.
Yeah. At this point.
So I withdrew my artillery. See. This Neo-Tank was under my radar the whole game. Like, I don't know how I didn't even see it go to this thing over here.
Solid snake Neo-Tank right here.
Yeah.
But yeah. So at this point, what I'm seeing right here is I should have just pulled back. Like, I don't know why I insisted on moving forward. Like, now I'm going to lose everything. I could have pulled all of this back into the center. I could have pulled everything I had into the center. I think that would have been the move right here.
Yeah, make a nice little death ball, you know.
Yeah, Neo-Tank, recons, infantry, just say fuck it. Just I should not let you have this. Like I should still fight for this area, but I should have pulled everything I had around the lab because this is a good defensive position right here. This lab. You taught me this last map or last time we fought. You had like a medium tank on this lab right here, and it's a really strong position because the lab gives 3 defense and you have to attack it from a shoal, which is 0 defense. It's very hard to attack. If you hold the lab, it's actually very hard to attack you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you build a second medium tank right here. And yeah, I don't know why I thought I'd have this 2 product.
You went all in.
It's just plain greed, man. Like, I had an income advantage. I don't need to cap these properties.
So similar to you, I assumed you had an anti-air when you didn't at all, so this bomber could have done whatever it wanted, but I assumed there was like an anti-air right here. So yeah, now I have vision of the Neo-Tank. If I didn't know that, of course I would just blast that Neo-Tank, but yeah. We both assume that the person is opposing person is playing better than they are.
It's just too risky because like
It
the
is.
bomber is so expensive, and if there is an anti-air, you know, like you can't risk your bomber getting shot down by an anti-air. It's too big of a gamble to take. I think you need to be certain. You need to be certain that the bomber's going to survive.
Yeah.
Unless the bomber can like take a shot at a neo tank, then it's okay.
Exactly. Then it pays for itself immediately.
So yeah, moving in here. I am forming a little death ball, but this death ball could have been so much bigger if I'd like retreated my unit. I don't know what I'm doing here. What the hell?
Yeah, so you have a lot of strong units, but if you look at your count, it's 25. But you have bombers, neo-tanks, anti-air, but you're just lacking kind of like the tanks and recons that used to have that all died over here, where I have a bunch of like cheaper units. Whoa.
Yeah, it's I don't know why I'm doing the tank here. I don't know what I was thinking. Like I should have just pulled it back.
You really wanted to kill that one infantry.
I don't know. Oh,
All three.
I know what I was doing here. So I know there's an anti-air in the forest there.
Oh.
So
okay.
here I was actually contemplating moving the artillery down here and then moving the bomber to attack.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna do that. Like I would, if I had my power up and I got to attack you from plane, I could have killed it. But
Yeah.
like we can see here that like
Yeah, it'll live from the road.
anti-air versus come on. Oh, I can't select it. Are you shitting me? Okay, it's on the fog. Great website, Walker. There we go. So yeah, I mean that's still decent damage though.
That's on the plane though. You would have been. Oh. I don't think you could. Could you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
Yeah, you couldn't reach it. So you'd have to attack from the road, which would be even worse.
Yeah. So you can see right there. I would probably.
I get some nice chip damage.
Yeah, so it's not great, but that's what I'm doing right here. But then I realize, let's just kill some tanks. So I know I'm gonna lose a bomber now, but I'm kind of like committed to that. I figured, you know, I might as well.
All right.
So I think at this point I was just impatient because I was
Yeah, you were like all in. You're like neo tanks, bombers are all coming in right now.
Yeah, I think so. Like the two biggest mistakes that I've identified so far is I should have held my superpower for a turn. And at this point, I should have pulled back. So, like, again, like, at the start, I'm playing it very cool. I'm playing it very calm. And then as the late game rushes in, I go, like, I get way too reckless.
Yeah, you had, like, the income lead for a while. Like, I think you got that and you got to your head. You were winning some engagements and you just kept pushing. And I was happy to retreat. Like, our battle originally was around this comm tower. Then, like, 6 spaces plus over here. Like, it is so close to my base. Like, it is super easy to reinforce over here. They were just, like, sitting ducks.
Yeah, absolutely. Patience, patience, and restraint. Those are probably more important than anything in this game. I've always, like, I played a lot of RTS in my time. A lot of StarCraft, a lot of Age of Empires, and you know, in those games, it's all about ruthless aggression, right? Like, don't let your opponent recover. Like, just push. This is not like that. There is certainly a time when you should push, but I think this is just a repeat mistake that I make. You know, like, just look, I'm just losing units right, left, and center, just trying to. I'm scoring like minor wins against you, but I'm taking like. I'm punching you like with jabs, and you're like returning knockout blows. You know, just like
that bomber whole thing. What did it kill the turn before? Like a recon or something?
2
Maybe
tanks.
A tank?
I took down 2
Okay.
tanks, but like that's 14k. You've already taken out 22k back with 1 unit. You know.
Yeah.
So 2 tanks for 2 bombers, not a good trade. And yeah, here comes.
That T-Copter's also getting good usage. I think I told you after the game. I used the T-Copter as a blocker. I was like, he probably is an anti-air over here. I'm going to put this T-Copter as a suicide squad member and just block for it. And I mean, if you did have it there, it would have worked. But, you know, paranoid. You got to be paranoid with bombers because there's such a huge investment.
Oh yeah, and it's like, yeah, it transports infantry in the early game and it blocks in the late game. That's 5,000k well spent in my opinion. So yeah, here you're kind of like just mopping up the remainder of my forces. And I think at this point I'm like, it's like one last push here. Let's see if we can make something happen. Anti-air comes in. So here I actually take down your anti-air. Of course, you have another one at this point, and I should have known that. But
I don't think it reaches this turn though.
No, not even with side slip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, not even with side slip. And you already popped yours, so. But still, I mean, that bomber, it's not going to get much time before the anti-air arrives, so. But making use of my
That
1
thing
HP.
was annoying, man. Yeah, that 1 HP bomber. Yeah.
So I still think I have like some illusions that I might be able to pull a comeback here. I mean, I'm not that
I was hoping you'd bring this Neo tank over. Oh my god. Bring this Neo tank over here and attack my infantry. I was just waiting for that for the artillery and the medium tank to finish it off. So I was really hoping to bait that.
Yeah, no. I didn't want to lose another Neo tank. At this point, I realize I have to play it a little bit more carefully. But of course, your bomber comes in, finishes my Neo tank, and now it's only a matter of time. Like, now these properties are just completely naked right here. Like, you can just come in and take them. There's nothing protecting them. And you have the transport too, which allows you to get the infantry up here too. So this transport...
Yeah, the transport was great for me the whole game. It was like one of the first things I built and still alive.
It's gonna crash soon. I mean, that's a sign of quality right there. When your transport's running out of fuel, that means it's probably gotten a lot of mileage. So, but yeah, and you still have a pretty functional force over here. Lots of artillery, anti-air in position in the woods. I can't kill it. You even have a fighter coming in here.
Yeah, I figured I could trap you because it has 9 movement or 8 movement or however many, and then I'll get side slip upon after that as well, so I can probably chase down your bombers.
Oh yeah.
So instead of going for anti-air, I was like, hell, why not just get a fighter?
When your opponent has 2 bombers, it's completely fine to build a fighter, in my opinion. At that point, they're so committed to the air game that you might as well just follow suit.
Also, like, their defense is, I think I was telling you as well, their defense is crazy. Like, fighters are like the battleships of the air. Like, anti-air can't take them out. They do like 6 damage, maybe 7 damage to a fighter. Like, they're strong units. Like, they don't go down without a fight.
The only unit that one-shots a fighter is a missile. You're never gonna see those in any like serious game, not unless you're Starflash. So yeah, at this point, I've lost, but I'm trying to get a couple good hits. It's always difficult to know exactly like how you're doing in a match like this because you don't see the opponent's value.
Yeah.
It's difficult to know, but even I this is kind of like a last-ditch attempt. I did like this attack right here, but it's not.
Yeah, you had a nice little engagement there.
But it's not enough. Like, you have too much to follow it up. And I'm still in your backyard. This is your side. I'm behind, and I'm on your side of the map. That's not a good position to be in.
But your Neo tank is kind of caught me off guard because I have a medium tank to deal with it. All my artillery died after that turn. I have a battle copter, which isn't that great. It's on planes. So I was a little panicked about this Neo tank, so I had a little maneuver to deal with it, if you remember.
yes, here it comes. So, yeah, battlecopter. It's always nice to have battlecopters against Neo tanks. They can't neutralize it, but they can chip it a little bit. You take up my battlecopter. This was interesting to me. So yeah, of course I don't see the fighter at this point.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh no, I didn't watch the Deejus video. I got trapped.
Get trapped.
So yeah.
It's a dead Neo tank, and then big boy bombers coming in the back, ready to reenact Dresden.
Why can't they just drive under the fighter? No one knows. That's just how it works. And now you're attacking my HQ too. And I didn't expect you to take off my Neo tank this turn.
Yeah, I was like, it probably is gonna die because it's so close to your base. But I was like, 22k, why not?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, of course I have anti-air, but it still earned itself.
T-copter, baby, that T-copter. Oh my god. Walker, what are you doing?
There you go. Damage calculator, go away. Go away. Go away. There you go. So, yeah, now you can continue.
But yeah, that T-copter is doing a solid job as a blocker.
6 fuel left.
It is going to die soon.
Lovely. But yeah, no, this is a solid. As you can see, now you have like more than twice my value. At this point, I was gonna resign, but I was like, I have my power ready. Let's click it. Let's see what it can do.
See, the fighter, it survives an anti-air on a plains with a comm tower.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's very durable.
So that Neo tank is still trapped, and it had to kill the whatever was at the bottom there in infantry.
So yeah, here I see you're attacking my HQ. It's not as scary as force as I initially thought it was.
Oh, the T-copter.
The T-copter falls. He will not go home to his family.
So close. So close to. Well, he only gets a $25 Best Buy gift card, so.
Yeah.
Not all is lost.
So here I decide to build a Neo tank of my own, but at this point you won. You just took three cities from me, so now you're 31.
Yeah, I'm close to HQ capping, probably just by like throwing a bunch of stuff around.
And that bomber, that was like the coup de grace right there. You know, like that was That bomber just took down my Neo tank. Now my entire attack force is crumbling, and you're capping all over the map. And at this
and
point,
the income is just beautiful for me at this point. Now I have a 8K income lead, so it's pretty brutal at this point.
So I like my chances going into this match. I think I had a good shot here.
You did, definitely. In the early game, you definitely had the advantage. You had income advantage. Your units were better. My artillery were out of position. So there's definitely some chances there.
So what I take away from this is that, like, for the first 10 or 15 days, I was able to play it pretty okay. And then it's like, as the match goes on and it gets more stressful, it's like the old Mang's cardinal sins. Kind of like
yeah, exactly. It always comes back.
It starts coming back. The recklessness, the overextension, the just like the pure just disregard for my unit's safety. Infantry going off to cap properties they shouldn't cap. This is what I've noticed. Like, I've watched a lot of like higher level matches lately. I've been going through like a lot of the top rated players just to spectate their battles, and like the one thing I see every single time is that the top level players, what they're so amazing at doing is they're so calm. They're so patient. You know, they pull back, they group up. It's like they're made of ice. You know, and then when it's actually time, that's when they like go ruthlessly in. But they never attack until it's the perfect moment. And here, I could have chilled. I had an income lead. I had better positioning on the map. I had you pressed up in the north. I could have just chilled. I was Jake with a superpower ready. I should have sat on my superpower with my artillery, which would have deterred you from attacking me.
Yeah, I was not gonna attack that.
So yeah, but instead I rush in like an idiot. So this is just something I need to get out of my system.
You had the itch. You're like, Ming's infantry need a cap, and like started doing your things. And I was like, okay, that's basically what I was doing. I was like, I was losing a bit at the beginning. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna chill. Like, I know he'll revert back to his beastly self.
I don't know. I just like attacking things, man. But yeah, no, definitely. But still, I like this match a lot more than my first one.
Yeah, you've definitely improved. I'd say you played at the level of at least an 1100 in this match, to be perfectly honest. I think you attained 1100 level in this match. I think you especially at the beginning. At the end, you kind of petered off. But if you were facing like another 1100, they probably would have resigned before you started like tapering off a bit. So I thought you played very well.
Was one little sin that snuck in here with the infantry early on when I didn't do the airport cap.
Yeah, that's a small thing. It's not a huge thing anyway.
No, whatever.
Because I didn't press your comm tower this time anyway, so you're able to cap it.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, we'll see. I definitely have a lot of like valuable lessons to take away from this match, and you know, I realized that I think, you know, I said this during my stream that I had a little while back, my advanced course, by the way, yesterday, but by the time this video goes live, it's gonna be like 1 week ago probably, where I said that like I think because I played advanced course for so long, I think my bad habits are are hammered in a lot more. So it's very hard. Like, I've been playing Advanced Wars for a very long time, but I have these like bad habits that I need to like really get out of my system. And I think the recklessness is just one of the things. Like, the longer you play and the longer you're used to playing, the more ironed your habits will become. So it's just something I just gotta slow down. Just gotta.
Yeah, that's what years of being a convoy main, you know. Ruins your brain and just like, turns it to mush, and you just gotta attack everything.
I mean, that's what you do when you play combat, man. You can do that shit, you know. You can just like move your units in range, like you don't care.
Pop superpower, just good game, you know, whatever.
You know, and someone tries to give you advice, you just go silence on you know, like just shut up. So, but yeah, no, this was fun, and maybe in the future we'll do a third match.
When we do play in the future, I assume you'll at least be 1,000. So yeah, you're definitely improving. I can see it.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much, Deejus. This was an enlightening commentary, and yeah, we'll see. My quest for matchmaking continues. We'll see what happens next time. All right, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Subscribe to Deejus, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.